Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today is BookList Thursday. This is a video series I do with Lindsey over at Lindsey's Little Library. We come to you every Thursday. We bring you some sort of list or book topic we feel like talking about for the week. And this week's topic is books we influenced each other to buy and books we want each other to still read. So I'll go first. I have really delayed reading books that Lindsey has suggested to me for quite some time, and I've honestly regretted it quite a bit because three books that she has influenced me to read are three of some of my favorite books I've ever read. In fact, one of them got me introduced into an entire brand new author that I have now since become obsessed with. So let's talk about that one first. She got me to read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. Now, I love a good thriller. I love something that is really messed up. I can't stop turning the pages of those books. And so Pretty Girls follows our main character who is investigating what happened to her sister. Her sister died, I want to say it was a few years ago. It even takes place on a college campus that I'm very familiar with. And you just get sucked in, and it is graphic and creepy and all the good thrillerish things. And since then I've become obsessed with Karen Slaughter to the point where I buy her books automatically all the time. I can't get enough of her. The other book that Lindsey highly influenced me to read and bugged me about for an excessive amount of time is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I wasn't enthused about picking this up at first, but I'm so glad that I did because this book blew my mind. Still blows my mind with how it ends. It is crazy. Follows a woman who, what's her name? Louise. She's a single mom. She ends up meeting a guy in a bar, and they strike up a conversation. She kind of becomes interested in this person. The next day she goes to her new job, and there he is, and he is her boss. And we go from there. It's crazy. The last book that I have read because of Lindsey is The Dream Daughter by Diane Chamberlain. This is a different kind of book for Diane Chamberlain. Now, Lindsey's in love with Diane Chamberlain. She thinks she's a great and amazing author, and I've now finally picked up a couple of her books, but this is by far one of my favorite ones that Lindsey has gotten me to read. This has dual timelines, follows a young woman named Carly growing up in the 1960s, and she finds out she's pregnant soon after she finds out her husband is killed in Vietnam, and her daughter, or her baby, who ends up being a girl, ends up having a really rare heart defect that in the 1960s is fatal, but her brother-in-law happens to be from the future and says, I can get you to the future and they can fix this for you. So it really talks about what would a mother truly go through in order to save their child. Fantastic book. Really liked it. But I mean, I shouldn't doubt Lindsey. She has great taste. So, three books that Lindsey is dying for me to read and like harps on it every day, actually to the point of being a little annoying. One of them is Lilac Girls by Martha Hall Kelly. And according to Lindsey, she highly encourages you to do the audiobook, which of course you guys know how much I love my audiobooks. I listen to them all the time. So I'll probably do that. Need to get me a copy of the audiobook. And this one is a World War II historical fiction who follows three women. One from New York, one from Poland, and one is a German doctor who actually works at a concentration camp. So follows those three women and how they survive and get through World War II. So, and beautiful cover. The next one she wants me to read is another historical fiction, which shouldn't be a shocker because that's like her thing. She loves her historical fiction, is 1000 White Women by Jim Fergus. This is the Journals of May Dodd. She was part of a historical event when 1,000 white women were kind of traded west to the Indians, and most of these white women came from asylums. Some of them were put there by their families. They went west to marry Indian chiefs, and this follows the story of one of them named May Dodd. I need to pick it up. I do. And the last book that Lindsey is insistent upon me reading, to the point she even gave it to me for an Advent book exchange this last year, I believe, with specific instructions that I need to read it as soon as possible, and I've continued to ignore her, I know, is All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood. Nope, haven't read this. I continue to buy books, and I haven't read this one. And it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. But this one follows our main character, Wavy, and her brother as they are being raised by parents who are a little too involved with drugs. So their upbringing is not ideal. In fact, Wavy spends a lot of her time raising her younger brother until a man named Kellen comes and starts working for her dad, and they strike out a really unique relationship to the point where Kellen kind of takes Wavy under his wing, making sure she gets to school and really taking care of her, and their relationship starts to evolve and develop to a point where you're rooting for a relationship that you really shouldn't be rooting for, which is good. I like books that make me think. But I've continued to ignore Lindsey's pleas to read this book, and it's fine. It's fine. So those are 3 books that Lindsey has influenced me to read, 3 more books that Lindsey is insisting I continue to read and pick up. Let me know which one I should pick up first. And I just want to say a really big happy April Fool's Day to anyone who's made it this far in the video, and I hope you figured out that we have traded places today. So head on over to Sarah's actual channel and see how she portrays me today in the video talking about books that we have influenced each other to read. So I hope you had a little fun with this. I hope it brought a smile to your face. Otherwise, have a really great April Fool's Day, and I will see you next time. Bye.